Hello, I'm Uncle Ted, your ice cream alchemist from Ice Cream Every Day, and this is Toasted Marshmallow Cherry Ice Cream. It's a flavor I've been wanting to make for some time now. Incorporating toasted marshmallows into ice cream adds more texture than I expected, but really does wonders for the flavor. So let's get started by heating up our standard eggless base of 2 cups of heavy cream and 1 cup of whole milk. We're going to pour that into a cold pan and then slowly bring it up to temperature. As you've seen with other videos, I put a pinch of guar gum, 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and half a tablespoon of vanilla powder with just 1/3 cup of sugar into a container, and then I put the lid on the container, shake it up really good, and then I'm going to add that to my dairy base once I've got that heated up. Normally I use more sugar, but the marshmallows are pretty much pure sugar, and they're going to add a lot of sweetness to this ice cream. Next, I cut up the marshmallows because I didn't have any of the mini sizes around my apartment. Honestly, I wish I had, because cutting up these massive marshmallows into quarters was a total pain in the ass and made a huge mess. I had bits of marshmallow to clean up all over the place. Do yourself a favor and buy the mini marshmallows. You'll thank me for it. Now, I preheated the oven to 350 degrees and I lined the baking sheet with parchment paper. That's important for a lot of reasons. First, it'll help with the cleanup, and second, as you'll see, it makes putting the marshmallows into the heated dairy so much easier. Trust me on this, parchment paper really is the way to go here. I used about 7 ounces of marshmallows, and once the dairy was just starting to get hot, I put the sheet pan into the hot oven for about 12 minutes, or until the marshmallows were nicely toasted but not burned. After about 12 minutes or so, the tricky part starts. I left the long camera shot in this video just to give you an idea of how to avoid burning yourself on hot melted sugar. First, you'll notice I had plenty of paper overhanging the sheet pan. This is so I'll have something to grab onto. Don't grab the sheet pan to dump in the marshmallows. I grabbed the paper and held that over the pan of the hot dairy, and I did that because it was going to curl, and this way it'll make like a funnel that you can get the marshmallows into. You want the dairy hot but not boiling. This is important, as you'll see in a minute. Gravity took care of most of the marshmallows, but the spatula helped with the rest, leaving behind a thin layer of molten marshmallow on the paper. That was a wonderful snack, by the way, and you could mold it, and I found that I even was able to make a cone and let that cone cool off, and I ended up with a marshmallow ice cream cone. It was very cool. It's something I'm going to play with later on. Now, be very careful about getting any of the hot marshmallow on your skin, because it's seriously hot and it will burn the hell out of you. You'll have to work quickly though, because this cools quickly, and once it does, you won't be able to do much with it. It'll be very hard to work with and difficult to get into the pan. I found that planning your movements down beforehand really makes things go so much more smoothly than if you just grab it and just go with it. So make sure you plan out how you're going to grab this, plan out how you're going to hold your sheet pan, how you're going to hold the paper, what spatula you're going to use, how you're going to grab it, where you're going to put the spatula when you're done with it. All those little things add up, and it makes things go so much more smoothly, and this way you'll have, it's just more safe. Let's face it, it's just more safe when you're not going to burn yourself up. Now, once you get the toasted marshmallow into the hot dairy, you'll need to stir, and keep stirring until it's all dissolved. It took me about 3 minutes of constant stirring to get all of this incorporated. Also, be careful to keep whisking the bottom of the pan, because this stuff will stick and burn, so keep whisking and don't stop. One of the things that I learned when I was making this ice cream is that the marshmallows really do add a lot of extra flavor and sugar, so that's why I stuck with only 1/3 of a cup of sugar instead of my usual 3/4 of a cup. Also, I was really worried that cleanup was going to be a problem, but luckily for me, the hot water here gets almost to boiling temperature. It's incredibly hot. Now, my old apartment, I didn't have that kind of hot water, so I would actually have to have a pot of boiling water on standby, and I would use that for cleanup whenever I was working with something that was incredibly sticky like this. And doing it that way helped so much, and it made sure that I didn't have bits and pieces of sticky things all over the place. I did have some sticky marshmallowy thing on my camera at one point, but lucky for me, it was only on a little bit and I was able to get it cleaned off. Yeah, marshmallows. I love working with them. I'm going to do more ice cream bases with these, but yeah, you got to be careful with this, otherwise you're going to have one hell of a mess. Once the marshmallows are incorporated, you're done. Put it into a container, seal it with a lid or plastic wrap, and put it in your fridge to cool for a few hours. If you're using plastic wrap, make sure the wrap is touching the top so it doesn't form a skin. And once it's completely cool, you're ready for the next step. I added 1 cup of my cherries, which I had cooked down with some sugar for the white chocolate cherry ice cream video. I used the last cupful I had for this. Then I added that to the cooled base and I stirred until it was properly blended. Then I was ready to put my ice cream maker together and churn this according to the manufacturer's instructions. I love my Cuisinart ice cream maker, and while I need more bowls, this one does just fine for me. I have a lot of fun with it, and I have made a lot of ice cream with it. This was ready to take out of the ice cream maker in about 15 to 20 minutes. I'll say this, it's the stickiest ice cream I've ever made. Even getting it off the beater and out of the bowl took longer than usual because of how sticky it was, but it was totally worth it. This ice cream came out great. Now, once I put it in the containers, I put it into the freezer for a couple of hours to harden, and bada bing, I had ice cream. And, you know, the people that I gave ice cream to loved it. It's a consensus, you know, it's good ice cream. Now, this was some seriously good ice cream. Like I said, I'm going to work with marshmallows again in the future because I've got some flavor ideas that I want to work with, and because this came out so well, I'm pretty confident those will come out well too. Plus, it's a lot easier than I thought, and really, as long as you plan out what you're doing and take steps to be safe, it's pretty easy. Now, I do want to thank you all for watching. I really appreciate everybody who's been sharing links to the videos and liking and subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to me, and I wish I could give you all a ton of ice cream for your support. But I'll end this video in the usual way. If you're not eating ice cream for breakfast, then what's the point of being an adult? Thank you, and enjoy.